So let's talk about the 5D, the original, and why or why not you might want to buy this body. $500, it's what I paid for it. I think it's a decent price just for the body. So pricing, it's decent, right? But it's missing some things. It's a 9-year-old body. It's missing a couple things that I need. It's missing back button focus. It doesn't have a dedicated button for focusing. If you're just buying a camera body to take pictures of your kids and you're going to leave it in auto, well, first off, don't buy this anyway. Go buy a T4i or whatever. But you'd never use back button. If you like to take a lot of photographs and it's a good hobby, and you're not using back button focus, well, I would highly recommend that you start using it. Give it a shot. And I don't think you'll go back. Excuse me. If myself and my subject are both stationary, but there's people or other objects moving in between, with back button focus, I just press the button once and then let go, and my focus is locked onto my subject. And no matter what happens in between us, I can take all the pictures I want, and my focus will still stay there because it's not focusing each and every time I press the shutter button. The other thing is I don't have to focus and recompose every time. I just focus once and then recompose, and I can take all the pictures I want. So it's kind of a big deal, at least to me. The other thing this body doesn't have is live view and Canon's new menu style, which makes it much easier to get into some functions that aren't up top. Now, up top has all the basic functions. My 60D has all of them except for a dedicated white balance, which is weird, but this has it. So, what am I talking about? Well, if I need to do bracketing or I want to change my picture style or anything like that, I have to go into the menu on this and scroll down till I get to it, because it's one menu all the way down. Find it, change it, and go back and do what I was doing. With the new menu style, and especially on a 70D or newer that has the touch screen, you could literally, with the touch screen especially, you just touch what you want. I want to change my bracketing, I want to change my picture style. It's all right there, one place. It's very easy to get to, and even on this that's not a touch screen, it's very easy to get to. The other thing is live view. And I don't use it that often, but I'll give you a for instance, which just happened to me last night. I wanted to take some pictures of the moon. I was like, let me take some pictures of the moon. So with live view, I don't know if it's going to show. Oh, there we go. It's trying to focus on my shirt, right? I see everything right here. Now the cool thing is I can zoom in, like I did with the moon, zoom in 10 times. Oh, there we go. And it really helps. Without that, if I just had the 5D, I wouldn't have been able to get the pictures that I got, which I think a couple of them were pretty good. My first time. So, it doesn't have the same functionality of cameras as today, and it's not an all-around camera. It's only 3 frames per second. So basically, it's like an old-style 35mm in digital form. I don't think Canon was trying to do anything other than that. But you're missing what I consider basic things today. You're missing from this body. So when it comes to, if you're going to buy full frame and it's your only body, don't buy this. Get the 5D Mark II or III, depending on your budget. The 5D Mark II is about $1,000 used, so double the price of this. If excuse me, if budget is a concern, you might just want to stay APS-C. There's nothing wrong with that. Any photographer that tells you that you have to go full frame, I think they're just blowing smoke. Maybe they have the money and they're using full frame and it's great for them. But you don't have to. You can stay APS-C and you can get some damn good photos. You ever watch Digital Rev where they give pro photographer with a cheap camera and they still get amazing photos because it's the photographer, it's who's framing and composing. It's what they're taking a picture of that matters. Do I think that full frame with, a $6,000 lens is going to get a better picture with the same photographer? Yes. But if you have no idea what you're doing, you're going to get crap out of both. So, should you buy the 5D? If you're in the same situation I am, where I have my bodies and that's my staple, that's what I'm doing, and you just want to try it out, well, instead of buying the body, I would recommend borrowing somebody's and using it and seeing if you like it. If you have the money and it's a whim and you just want to purchase it, do it, because I can just sell this body tomorrow for the same price I paid for it when I bought it. The price isn't going to drop on this, so that's a plus. But be aware that you are going to need to spend money on better lenses. My Nifty 50, my Plastic Fantastic, that looks amazing on my other bodies, my APS-C bodies. It doesn't look amazing on this body. Do I still get good pictures? Yes. But it doesn't pop, and I do see some issues with it. Now, I've been wanting the 70-200 L lens from Canon for a while, and now that I have this body, it's more of a reason for me to buy the lens. I don't know if that's good or bad. You take that how you want. But it's more of a justification now. So be prepared for that if you do decide to buy a full frame body. Just my thoughts, pros and cons. Do I recommend this body for everybody? No. And the videos out there that say that the pictures are just as good, I'm not going to disagree that the pictures between the 5D and the 5D Mark II are just as good. I'm not going to disagree with that at all, because that whole megapixel debate is stupid when you're looking at it on a computer. It doesn't matter. But it won't be as good an all-around camera as the Mark II or the Mark III will be. So do your research, determine what you're going to use the camera for, because I can do everything else that I want with my other bodies. So this will be a portraiture camera, pretty much. That's about it. And even that's going to piss me off without back button. So, just my thoughts. Peace.